it true that you're in the middle of a nervous breakdown?
No.
Nervous breakdown, nervous breakdown.
Who said that?
Everybody's been saying that.
Everybody? You're 8 years old. You only know your parents. What are you talking about?
Is it true that you're going to end up in a mental institution? Cuckoo's nest, cuckoo's nest.
No.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the podcast version of the show. I know that I've been trying to make videos and I haven't been doing too well at it, to be honest. I'm Elliot, by the way. I'm here with Skylar as usual. Say hi, Skylar.
Hello, Skylar.
All right, now shut up. Let me tell everybody what's going on. Okay, so here I am.
Please do.
Okay. I'm sitting at my computer, and I'm trying to make fucking videos of video games for people, and it's like, well, okay, first off, I'm using, like, I bought the Corel Painter, like, bundle on Humble Bundle, like, years ago, so it has, like, you know, Corel Painter, and then, like, their own video programming software, and their screen cap software, I don't know. It was all in one thing for, like, $7 or something. But the video editor, Pinnacle Studio, if you're using that, it's fucking garbage, mate. It's like, the worst video editing program ever, and I've only worked with, like, 2 video editing programs. So, one of these days, I will figure out how to make videos, and we'll be a video podcast / gaming show / Game Grumps ripoff show / streaming stuff, possibly.
Yeah, live streaming all the time. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's real loud. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really loud. Wow. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's been a month. You know, we're still getting. Oh my god.
Yeah, we've already forgot how to use regular microphones.
There we go. I think that's a little better. This first minute
better.
or two is going to be kind of fucked up, but yeah, that was really loud. Holy crap. Okay.
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah, it's all good.
Those are the levels we want to see. Those are the spikes, the peaks and valleys.
There it is.
In the audio engineering terms.
Yeah.
You want it to be loud enough that it's, nice on your ears, but not so loud that it completely blows your eardrums out. Mm-hmm. It's part of the process, the creative process, which we talk about a lot on this show. We do talk about how hard it is to get together for an hour every week and then maybe spend another 2 to 3 hours on the editing, including the thumbnail and everything. But it's really hard. It's tough for two straight shooters just trying to make it in this world. Emphasis
on straight shooters.
Yep. That's right.
Super straight. That's right. Not gay at all. Because we're done with June. We can't be gay anymore.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
You had your month. Now it's whatever.
Now you take
Does
a back
July
seat.
have a thing? Does just July have something?
I've heard it's MAGA month, but I don't know if I'm
I thought it was
get
Jewish
on board
Pride.
with that. Oh, is it Jewish Pride Month? That's cool. That would be like they get a whole month now too, and then
sure, everyone gets a month. I mean,
everyone gets
the least we can do.
Yeah. There's 12 months, and one of those months is dedicated to paying your taxes, because if you're I learned that when you fucking do your taxes at the end of the year, like if you're a poor piece of shit, the government still wants 1/12 of your yearly income, and that's just, like, it's okay. It's just cool. It's
not cool. It's absolutely not cool.
It's fucking awful. It's like we're not taxed enough as it is on everything. I'm just complaining. I'm complaining a lot, and I told myself I wouldn't complain because I'm trying to be more of a stoic philosopher kind of guy, you know what I mean? Where you just, like, bottle up all your emotions, and then, I don't know, I've only read Meditations once, so
right, that's fair.
Yeah. I'm not totally stoic yet. I'm only partially stoic. I haven't quite figured out how to do like the facial paralysis part of it and the being strong in the face of adversity. I don't know.
I mean, that's, I feel like if you work customer service, then you have to, like, for a really long time, then you eventually will just become stoic just by nature. Just by being around, all that shit. Case in point, I had a very drunk man come into my store a couple days ago, and he couldn't get his credit card to work because he was drunk. But he was an angry drunk, so, like, it was my fault that his credit card wasn't working. So,
right.
I feel like the old me, if it was, like, 18-year-old Skylar, I may have, like, teared up and started to cry or got really angry. It would have been one of those two, just because I was very emotional as a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that tinge of, like, anger, and I saw myself, like, taking his hair and slamming his head into the fucking counter until, like, all of his teeth were broken. But that went away after a second, and I was like, all right, well, let me come around and help you out.
Damn.
It's that mentality that you have to build up, like, and it's just a straight-faced, stone-faced, completely sober.
But
you can let yourself experience that emotion. You can let yourself, like, I feel like it would be wrong to push the hate away. But you just have to let the hate flow through you and then flow out of you. Have it go through your head and out through your toes.
Yeah.
And then you can, deal with it. It's the same way with, like, I know some people, like I said, I like, old me, I probably would have started tearing up just because emotions get really high. And that's unfortunately my, like, response to stuff like that, or it used to be. It probably still would if the situation was different, but I've sort of learned how to push that out and not let it,
overwhelm
consume
you.
me in high stress situations.
I get that. That makes a lot of sense. That's something that I myself have dealt with emotional issues, and recently I got banned from being able to sell my plasma because I admitted that I had suicidal thoughts in the last month, and and they were like, "Oh, okay, well, we're gonna cut off your only source of income for the next 6 months now because you were truthful and admitted to having a nervous breakdown." And I was like, "Okay, well, I guess."
Like, what do they think? Do they think that you're gonna try and kill yourself through plasma donations?
Yeah,
like
right?
you're just gonna go from plasma donation center to plasma donation center, giving up all your plasma until you're bled dry.
Yeah,
and that's how you'll commit suicide.
Yeah, that was my suicide plan, was to just drain all the plasma in my body because I know what plasma does, and that makes sense. That's,
I mean, it's not like someone's gonna contract your depression or your suicidal
that was my
thoughts
thought too.
From your plasma. It's not like AIDS,
right? Yeah, it's not like they're infusing somebody with, like, whatever plasma disease that they have, that they need fresh plasma, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, now I have the sad brain because some fucking loser with sad brain donated its plasma, and that's definitely how mental illnesses work, and you can totally fucking transfer that through body fluids. So, whatever. I thought it was kind of funny. I mean, it upset me. It upset me for a little bit because I was, like, trying to be truthful. I was trying to go in and be like, hey, I got back on some medication, and they were like, okay, let's run through the questions, and then,
Well, they tell you not to lie to doctors or healthcare professionals, but
you're not supposed
I mean,
to.
we were talking about this earlier in the week, because you told this to me before, but
I did tell you
I'd
privately.
mentioned that, like, when I was in the emergency room 2 years ago or whatever, I was like, yeah, I smoke pot, and they were like, well, then we can't give you any pain medication except for, like, Tylenol.
When
I very much
like,
needed.
This guy is very
because they
cool.
thought I'd be like a junkie or something. Like, even though it would be a nurse giving me the medication, like, they didn't have to give it to me outside of me being, because I was hospitalized for what, like 5 or 6 days when that happened.
Jesus Christ.
So it was like they could have just put me on it while I was there and monitored me. It's not like I'm gonna be pressing the button to get a fucking a tab every 8 hours.
Yeah.
They were like, no, all you get is Tylenol. And it was very painful. It was whatever, some kind of it was a cat bite, so it was inflammation. Very painful, and I will never tell the truth to a doctor again. I mean, just because of that one, that one situation where I really needed pain medicine.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing with your you're donating plasma. It's like now why would you ever say that? Why would you ever tell a healthcare professional that you're unless it's, for that specifically.
Yeah. And I mean, like, they always add those like screenings in to any medical thing. Like, I went into I had to go to the doctor to get my prescription refilled, and they ran through that questionnaire, and I always forget that they have that fucking depression, anxiety screening questionnaire, and I'm like, oh god damn it. Yep. And then it's already on record because I haven't lied about it before, so like I can't go in and just be like, oh yeah, no, I'm totally fucking cured and I feel great now, and I'm only here to refill my depression medicine because I feel good and I'm not depressed.
Sadly, that's not how like mental health shit works. You don't just get better. It sticks with you forever. It's a lifelong thing.
Yeah.
That I know of, anyway. I mean, you show me the person that's been cured of their depression, and I'll show you a liar.
Yeah. Really, I'm really complaining on this episode. I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
This is a vent episode. Yeah. This is a vent. We can't get the therapy we need because it's $200 a session or whatever.
Oh my god!
Depending on how your insurance is.
Yeah. And I no longer have insurance, so I can't really go get therapy. And even when I did go to therapy, it was like $65 for 45 minutes, and I was like, come on, man. I could just buy a brand new video game for that price, and like that would, sedate me for a good week until I.
You don't even need to play the video game; just the act of buying it is almost enough.
Yeah. I have noticed that in my as I'm running low on money, and I'm like, man, I just need a hit of dopamine. I'll just open up Amazon and scroll through and look at my wish lists of things that I want to buy, and then I'm like, if I just hit that buy it now button, and then it just feels so good to buy stuff, which is bad.
Capitalism, baby.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we have access to everything all of the time.
I feel like that's a problem. There's too much shit that I have access to, and I can't just ignore it. I can't shut off my desire to learn and do new things all the time. That's I just want to grow. I want to be good at everything. I want to be a Renaissance man.
To be worldly.
Yeah. I want to be worldly. I want to be able to go into just a job interview, but not really even a job interview, just some kind of, I want to be on a talk show, and they're like, hey, what really gets you going? And I'm like, well, where do I start? I'm a certified blacksmith, and I wake
up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I take a shower, and I eat breakfast, then I work out for an hour, and then I play classical music from 7 to 8, and then from 8 to 9 I go to therapy, and then from 9 to 10 I work out again.
Yeah, and then I have second breakfast.
Right, yeah, brunch.
Another protein shake, and then I do want to get jacked too, but that's so much work. There's so much to do. I can't do it all. I want to do it all, but I just can't, man.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine living that kind of life where you do that kind of thing. I mean, I'm not dogging anybody that does it because, good for them.
Yeah.
It's just, I can't imagine it. I've never done it,
No, to have
a couple clubs in high school that I did that required me to be up super early.
Mm-hmm. Like what, Magic the Gathering Club? You were in that, right?
I was in debate.
Oh, that's right.
So I had to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning sometimes to go to a place and argue with people that were obviously better. Some weren't, but most of them were a lot better than me at debate. The ones that were very obvious, and the ones that weren't were also very obvious. I really liked the ones that, like, it seemed we were close. But, you know, you're also getting judged by just random people they pull from the community that are going to be weighted a certain way. I think that was a big issue back then, but, you know, that's a whole different can of worms. I'm just saying that, like, in my life, that's the only time that I've been, like, required to, like, be on it. Like, like to be focused at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
get on the bus, and I'd have to go through all my files and read all my shit and make sure I was good.
Ugh. Be like, how am I gonna sound smart today?
Basically, yeah. Ugh. Or how I'm gonna make them sound dumb.
Yeah. It seems so. It's so competitive. But I mean, maybe that's a good thing. I never really.
It is. I wish I'd stuck with it. Maybe I would have been a different person today if I had been.
You'd be one of those. I don't know, like a high school debate teacher or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would do with debate skills. I guess you could be a politician.
A lawyer. I think that's the pipeline is debate to lawyer to. Yeah. Or politician would also be good.
But you're too pretty to be a politician, dude. Politics is for ugly people. And we're both handsome devils. If you've watched the videos that are up on both Spotify and YouTube, I think as of now
Did you put that one on YouTube? I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, the like setup for Mario Party.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one.
Yeah. I think the last time I looked, I think it had 9 views, and none of them were me. I didn't watch it myself, so usually
I didn't watch it either, so that's good.
That's 9 people who aren't me or you, which is crazy. It's not like the other podcast episodes where at least one of the listens is me, and then
and if one sometimes is me, it depends on
I mean
if I bring my my AirPods to work or not. Because if
honestly,
I do, I'll just put it on, listen to it. Sometimes I'll put it on, mute it, just to get the play.
Yeah.
Because I lived it. I don't need to listen to it again. I lived that shit.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like definitely the last like 4 or 5 I haven't listened back to, just because like I pretty much listen to the full thing as I go in and do the audio editing, or I'll jump around to pull out bits to write in the the description or whatever, but I only
need to remember the funniest bits from the show. That's it. So I can reference those and hopefully make people want to go and listen back to those episodes, like our whole what was it, what was that island arc we had? There was
Truth Island? Yeah.
Yeah, Truth Island. Yeah, Truth Island arc. Because we were avoiding Rape Island.
Yeah. We were only telling the truth during that period of time. And then after that was it investigative journalism? I can't remember. I don't
know. There was the birthday cake stuff.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm still paying for that, by the way, because I ordered some stuff from my store that was birthday cake, and I still have some of it.
Nice.
Just because it's nasty. Nobody wants that shit.
Yeah, nobody really wants it. It's just pushed.
Nobody wants birthday cake flavored cupcakes.
Ugh. Wait, that's probably not. I don't know, because cupcakes are just cakes, and like birthday cake. It's just supposed to be like vanilla cake, right?
It took like a month to sell a pack of 6.
Jesus.
So, I don't think people... I still have these like energy bars that I bought as a joke that were birthday cake flavored. It was like a pack of 32, and I have barely sold half of it. That was almost a year ago.
Man.
So, people really don't care for the birthday cake. That's okay. It's still funny. Right. It's funny to think that there is a birthday cake secret society, or a secret society that is promoting birthday cake flavored items.
Yeah. To what end? What are their nefarious goals? You
Because
think,
they put
like,
hormones in them.
Oh, that's huge. That's, yeah, endocrine disruptors, dude. It's what's turning us into femboys.
Yep.
There's the other.
The
There's
birthday
the other
cake
arc. Yeah.
flavored femboy pipeline is real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the beware the pipeline memes, and it starts with like birthday cake flavored energy bar, and by the end of it, yeah, you're
wearing cat ears and wearing a skirt and
I was gonna say
that
you're
bussy.
Yeah, you're Link in the Gerudo lady outfit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know that
Link.
outfit? They took that outfit out of the game.
What?
It's not
really?
in Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah. Sorry,
Wow.
spoilers.
I didn't.
Major
I mean, there's
spoilers.
so many clothes in that game. It's really crazy. It's a fashion game, dude. I just recently found the like Wind Waker. I had the Wind Waker hat, and then I found the tunic for it, and it's like,
Oh, nice.
You know, it's not much different from any of the other tunics.
They're really all not
just
much different
stupid.
from each other. Just like
Yeah.
the palette is a little bit different. It's like a lighter shade of green or a darker shade of green.
Yeah, and then like maybe his sleeves are a little bit shorter on the one, because I found like it's like the tunic of the wild, which I guess was supposed to be like Breath of the Wild, but it's not. Like, it's a green one, so I don't know.
No, that was the Breath of the Wild. That was what you got
Was
for
it?
getting all the shrines in Breath of the Wild.
Oh, I never
Yeah,
did that.
that was the armor, was the tunic of the wild, and it kind of is like the I think it was supposed to be reminiscent of the original, like the first Legend of Zelda game, like the one that was on NES.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be kind of a throwback to their outfit, because there is an outfit in Tears of the Kingdom that's just called like the hero's outfit, which is that particular Link's from the NES Zelda's outfit, and it has like the pants are just like a pair of shorts,
Nice.
whereas like all the other ones have like a, you know, they have like the pantyhose, the tights, the white tights, because that's not as gay looking.
Yeah.
Not that it's bad or anything. I just don't care for those. Like, I really
they're
like
goofy.
the Ocarina of Time or the Twilight Princess. I like that look.
Yeah, I have that. I have the Twilight Princess tunic, but I don't have any other part of it.
I like
then I
the
have, like,
Twilight
Midna's
Princess
Home.
one because it has chainmail underneath, and I feel like that makes the most sense.
That does make sense.
It's like how
it-
the Champion's tunic in Tears of the Kingdom has actual chainmail underneath it now.
Oh.
So it looks like something that somebody would wear if they were going on a long adventure
Yeah.
and wanted to
something that
defend
would
themselves.
at least have some sort of protection, some sort of protective element. Not that armor really does anything, apparently. I just watched Braveheart today, and, like, as I was watching the movie, like, everybody that's wearing armor, like, the Scotsmen, you know, they're just running around in kilts, basically. And then, like, all of the Englishmen that get killed, they're all in, like, full armor, and, like, it doesn't matter. Like, they're just getting, you know, they take a mace to the chest, and it's like, you have a breastplate, but okay, I guess you're dead. And then, like early in the movie, it's not super graphic, but then, like, later on, it's like, okay, you know, I can see they're actually smashing heads and shit, that's different. But you're wearing a helmet, and you take a hammer, or, like, one dude got, like, war picked to the head, and I was like, fuck, that's awesome. But he was wearing a helmet, and it just, like, went through his helmet. And I was like, okay, so there's no point in wearing that helmet, it did nothing. And
Right. So Braveheart's the one where he gets the magic sword and he holds it up and he's like, there can only be one, right?
yeah,
That's
Braveheart.
Braveheart.
Braveheart. It's not Highlander at all. It's
If they make
even
two
though
or
he
three
looks like
movies that are really
exactly like
convoluted.
Highlander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to always get them confused. I really did.
I didn't
I
watch
watched
much.
Braveheart
Uh-huh.
and Highlander. I mean, I've seen them both. It's been a long time. But yeah, I did get them confused just because, you know, it was Scotsman.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't, I did see, I think I saw the first Highlander movie like a million years ago, and it didn't really make a whole lot of sense. I just, was like, okay, whatever. But, yeah, Braveheart, I just watched it for the first time today. It's been on my list for a while because, like, we were talking about DNA stuff, and ever since I found out I have, like, 12% Scottish DNA, I'm like, oh, I need to watch Braveheart and see what my people did. And they're fighting the English, who are my other ancestors. So I was really conflicted throughout the whole movie of, like, one half of my ancestral tree just were total dicks, and the whole prima nocta thing was, like, the entire, like, that's the whole conflict. It was like the English were like, hey, we're just gonna fuck all the Scots' wives when on their wedding night, and that's how we'll get rid of them. It was like a genocide plot. It was kind of fucked up. But that was the whole,
I was just
like,
about to ask, who do you
story.
think raped who? So, but it's pretty obvious that it was the English that raped the Scots, right?
Yeah, the English
That sucks.
They were the rapers in that situation. It's pretty brutal.
Rapist.
Yeah, that's what I rapists. Yeah, I said rapers, but not rapees. Anyway, we're getting back.
No,
to
the
Rape
Scots were
Island.
the
This
rapies.
Yeah, which is not fair, dude. It's not right. Like, they're running around in kilts and stuff, which was kind of cool that they totally hung dong in Braveheart. That was funny. They were just, like, lined up about to battle, and all the dudes on the front line were like, hey, check out our dicks. And then they showed their asses, and then they shot arrows at him, and one dude was showing his ass, and he got shot in the ass with an arrow. And I was like, this is Best Picture. That's why it won Best Picture.
Sure.
A lot of horse death, too. A lot of horses fucking died in that movie. It was crazy.
I'm sure a lot of horses have died throughout all of the history of man.
Yeah.
As soon as we started using them, for warring purposes.
Yeah. Like, I feel bad for the horse girls out there who are, like, like, spiritually there. I love horses. Like, legitimately, the horses are just cannon fodder in this movie. Fucking.
Do you think if things went differently, like, instead of horses, we would have, husbandried elephants?
Ooh, yeah, like
Instead.
some Hammurabi shit.
Yeah, or
Hannibal.
Yeah, Hannibal, yes.
Hannibal, yeah.
Like, so instead of horse
elephants.
girls, today we'd have, like, elephant babes.
We'd have elephant babes. That would be cool. Like, they're just obsessed with elephants.
Right, yeah. And there'd be
Sick.
elephant ranches, and we wouldn't use elephants really for anything more than, like, working the fields and jockeying.
Yeah,
Like, could you imagine like a jockey race with elephants? That'd be fucking nuts.
It would be
That'd
so
be insane.
cool. I imagine it'd be kind of like drag races, where it's just like a straight line instead of it being like horse races are on a track and they're in a circle and whatever. But like elephants are too big; they would have to be just on like a straight. It would just be a sprint, I would think. That's how I imagine it, anyway.
Totally.
Like just drag races. By drag races, I mean they put lipstick on the elephants.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Hey,
Right.
Anyway, what was I? Oh yeah, dude, all the horses die. Like, there's this one scene where William Wallace, one of the dudes who betrays him, and there's so much betrayal in the we can get to that in a minute. But like Mel Gibson rides a horse into this dude's bedroom, and then like he has like a mace that's on a chain. What are those things called?
A flail?
A flail, yeah, and he just like flails the dude in his head on his bed, and then like everybody's like, oh shit, William Wallace is here. Like, they didn't hear the horse charge into this building, that somehow it was large enough for him to like, drive a horse into this dude's bedroom. And so like he's like, oh okay, I can't go back out that way. I'm just gonna like jump out the window with the horse, and and him and the horse jump out the window, and the horse into like some water, and the horse is just dead instantly. Like it didn't even try to swim. I was like, fuck, dude. That was brutal. He's killed so many horses in the name of like Scottish independence. It was insane.
That's what he's known for.
Yeah, it's horse killing.
William Wallace, the horse killer.
Yeah, and horse is good meat too. It's like it's a real shame to see it go, but I mean, hopefully
You
they.
think it wouldn't be with how muscular they are. You think it'd be real
Yeah.
stringy and nasty, but apparently it's very, very delicious.
Super good. Yeah, I want to eat some horse now. Like get some horse jerky. Some horse.
I think I would rather have a horse steak, but horse jerky,
steak.
yeah, that'd be okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like jerky in general, just because you can get like crazy exotic animals and turn it into jerky. Like alligator jerky and ostrich jerky and
Capybara.
capybara. Ooh, that's a deep cut. Wow, capybara jerky. Damn. Zebra jerky, dude. I want to eat a zebra. I bet it's probably exactly like horse, but
Probably.
yeah. I like to imagine that the meat is also zebra striped. I think that'd be cool.
That'd be a really interesting looking steak, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how different structurally are horses from zebras? They can't be that different, like the anatomy of them, right?
No, I mean, yeah, they're whatever. They walk on four limbs and they look like a horse.
Yeah. You would think
Therefore, they are a horse.
They're just horses with like a fancy skin fur coat. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember if they're black with white stripes or white with black stripes. They are like one specific thing. I think it's white with black, but I could be wrong.
That makes sense, maybe. I'm trying, because, like, I have to think of, like, if you follow the stripes down, and then eventually they all meet back up on the underbelly of the horse, and I think it's white. And I said horse,
I'm pretty
but
sure
a
this
zebra.
was talked about in the Wild Thornberries at one point, but
Yeah, or in that
it's been a long
movie,
time since I've seen it.
mm-hmm. You ever see that movie Racing Stripes? Where it's like a talking zebra, and then the
No.
it's a very, very bad movie. I can't. It was like a Nickelodeon movie forever ago. I can't even remember like the voices, but there was the zebra that talked, and it was like, you can't race a zebra like a horse, and that was like the whole point of the movie. And then there was like some flies that could talk, and they sang Ebony and Ivory because, zebra. And that's all I remember of that movie. It was really bad. I think
It wasn't like the Black Stallion where they fucking put a shotgun to the horse's head at the end, right?
No.
That's
No,
good.
I don't think
that
they put a
probably should be on
shotgun to the
Nickelodeon.
to the zebra's head at the end of the movie. I don't think that happened. But, it's been a while since I've seen it, so I could be wrong.
Yeah.
They could have like redone it for an adult audience, and it's like Seabiscuit but with a zebra.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was supposed to be funny, but I don't remember it being very funny.
Was it like Kangaroo Jack, where all the commercials showed that one scene where the kangaroo talks because the guy's tripping shit, and then the rest of the movie, like, it's not that
never
at all.
talking.
It's just like
Yeah.
a regular fucking movie.
Oh my god. I think I watched Kangaroo Jack in theaters, dude. And it was like, this is gonna be funny. It's a talking kangaroo. And then, like, yeah, the kangaroo talks for that one scene. And then it was like some crime movie. Like some shitty crime movie.
Yeah. It was like
really
Snow
not
Buddies.
good.
Snow Buddies did the same
Oh my
exact
god,
bullshit.
yes.
It was like all the commercials were for the one scene where they had the dogs talking, and it was like a dream sequence, but the rest of the movie was, like about
Cuba
some
Gooding
sled race
Jr.
bullshit that I don't care about.
Yeah. Yeah, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Stupid.
was a dentist, and he was like, oh, I'm a dentist, and I inherited some, like, sled dogs. I think that was the purpose, or that was the plot.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I remember being like, I was gypped by that, and then I after Kangaroo Jack, that was like it. Like,
Yeah.
you can't hold a candle to Air Buddy. At least that movie was truthful, and it was like they didn't make him talk. It wasn't until later with Snow Buddies and the movies of the like. But Air Buddy was like, no, it's just this golden retriever that can fucking shoot hoops.
Play basketball.
He doesn't talk.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to that? Now they have to make the animals talk, and it's only for one scene, and that one scene is the only thing they show in commercials.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I can't imagine being a parent at the time that our parents were parents, because I would be so pissed. I would not trust any fucking movie, any movie that was marketed to kids if it had, because, like, talking animals is like a, I don't know, it's like a kid thing. But, yeah. And there were so many of them, and they were all just, like, misdirects for you to go watch a really bad movie that doesn't make any fucking sense and has
Wasn't
5
Godzilla
seconds.
2000 kind of like that too? Wasn't it like all the
I think
commercials
so.
showed the only cool part of the movie and the rest was all just like drama, like
Yeah.
human drama?
Yeah. And there was like a bunch of egg sacs in that one, right? Like the
I think so. It's been a long time since I've seen. I had that one on VHS,
nice.
and it was one that was in my like usual. Because I'd get home from school and it'd be like, all right, well, you know, I don't have internet and I don't and like, I have video games, but I played all my video games, so I want to watch something different. So I just had like a rotation of VHS tapes that I would put in.
And it was
Every
Godzilla
day.
2000 and
Godzilla 2000 was one of them.
Kangaroo Jack.
I didn't get to watch that one until I was a little bit older. But before that, it was like there was Babe and then Babe in the Big City.
Yeah, Babe, Pig in the
Both
City.
classic Midwest classics, by the way.
Yes,
I'm
I
pretty sure
remember-
those take place in the Midwest.
I think so, because it was like we're gonna steal the aesthetic of Charlotte's Web, but without the spider.
Now that movie didn't lie to you though, because he talked throughout the whole movie,
Yeah,
and all the other animals did.
yeah. Like that was a good talking animals movie. Shout out to Babe. That was remaking
And Babe
all
in
these
the Big
movies.
City, also
Yeah.
pretty good, even though it kind of jumped the shark a couple times, like with the handicapped dog. Like,
Oh,
I'm pretty sure there's a scene where the handicapped dog is like, it's like a dog that doesn't have its back legs, so it has the wheelchair, the wheels,
yeah.
and it like grips onto the a bumper of a car and like rides on it.
oh, and like skits.
Looking back, that's pretty
sketches.
crazy, but I love that shit.
All I
Shout out
remember
to
from
Babe.
those is that'll do, pig, that'll do, and that was like a
Yeah, because he became a sheepdog, a sheep pig,
yeah.
so he
okay.
wouldn't get slaughtered like the rest of his family.
Damn. That actor, the old man in that, I remember seeing him in other stuff, but now, like, I can picture his face super clearly, but I can't remember, like, what else he's been in, you know?
I feel like when he died, it was a big deal on Reddit.
Oh, probably.
It was like, oh yeah, it was this guy, and he was, it was also, he was the guy in Babe.
Oh, yeah. He kind of looks like, kind of reminds me of the dude of the patriarch of the Lannister family. Tywin, maybe? I don't know. Of Game of Thrones. Did you watch Game of Thrones?
No, absolutely
Oh,
not.
shit. Okay. God
I don't
damn
buy
it.
into that goy slop.
Oh. It's a good show, dude. It's a good show.
The only thing I need are just YouTube highlights of
Yeah.
important parts of the show. That's all I care about.
That's really all you need to see. Or just watch the YouTube videos of the guys who read all the books and got super into the books, and they're like, here's
I
the
watched the first
differences.
season. I did watch the first season, but much like
Okay.
the book, once Ned Stark died, I was out. That was it. I'm
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. That still hurt. I knew it was coming.
It
but
hurts.
Man,
He would have been the best king.
he was
Like
such a good
everything
dude.
would have been solved if he just
Yeah. So much drama. So much political drama. A lot of...
That's why it's good. I know it's good. I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's not good. I just haven't sat down to like really watch it. But I have watched a lot of like clips on YouTube,
Oh, good.
so
Okay.
I kind of have a general idea of what happens.
Uh-huh. It's
Obviously, Kit Harrington very important to the plot.
Yeah,
right?
that's
who
the
Jon
that's
Snow,
Jon Snow.
right?
Yeah, good looking dude. Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
And he fucks his aunt.
And he fucks his aunt. Yep.
But he doesn't know that, so it's like, okay. It's like, all right, that's cool. I can let that slide. She's pretty fine.
Dude,
and it's like there's some weird shit going on too, so.
Yeah. And it's, it's not like revealed that she's his aunt until like much later
Way
on.
later, yeah. I do remember, I read the first book too, and I remember like the part where Bran climbs up the tower and sees dude fucking his sister.
Yeah.
I remember that part was like, what the fuck is this? This is like some fetish shit. It's like some weird fetish shit. Then I kept reading and it was like, all right, yeah, this is cool. Then I get up to the part where fucking, what's his name, sells his sister to the black people and he rapes her.
Oh, yeah.
Except in the book, he rapes her, and she's like 13 or whatever. Whereas in the show, she's not.
Yeah.
So it was very different, and then I was kind of turned off of it from then. I like my fantasy to be like Harry Potter and nice and sanitized and clean, and not 13-year-olds getting raped, because that's a bit too real.
It's a bit too real.
It was for 18-year-old Skylar, but. Now I think I could handle it.
Yeah, now that you're more stoic and reserved, you can probably handle it. Fucking Braveheart.
I mean, also in the HBO show, she's like 18 when it happens, and it's not like rape.
Yeah.
She does end up falling in love with him the same way, but it's more like a grooming situation in the book. Whereas I think the show, it was like she really loved him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it becomes that way in the book too, but...
It's still kind of yucky. Yeah.
Yeah. George R.R. Martin, he's a very
twisted,
great writer, but he's a sick old fucking man.
Fucking
And he has been for like the past 40 years.
Man. Fucking dirty old pervert, man. Old bastard. Finish writing your books already, you fucking piece of shit.
He won't.
Nah.
He won't.
Nah.
I hope he works on the next Zelda game.
Dude,
that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Like, imagine it just starts like it's like whatever. It's Tears of the Kingdom, but the next game, and like the first scene is, how Tears of the Kingdom started. You go into that like depths area, and you get this little bit played out, but like at the end of it, instead of Zelda falling down a hole, it's like Ganondorf just slits her throat in front of Link.
Oh my god. So much throat slitting, dude. Ugh.
That's the way to kill someone. I mean, that
really
is before guns.
Yeah. That was the crux of the Braveheart conflict, was like William Wallace goes home and, he falls in love with the girl who gave him a little thistle flower when he was a child, and after his dad got killed and his brother got killed and his whole family got fucked up, and then he goes back to his town and woos her because he learned how to speak Latin and French, and that's, But then they, like, the homeboy slits his lady's throat, and he's like, well, time to kill England. And then it turns out...
We know how that worked out.
Yeah, and it didn't even... Oh my god, dude, that movie... It broke my heart, dude. So much betrayal... Like, at every fucking turn in the movie, like, if he could have been betrayed by somebody, he gets betrayed. And then he's like, oh, we'll work our way around it. And then, like, oh, yeah, we're going to send this meeting. And then at this meeting, we're going to try to kill him. And he's like, nah, dude, I see it coming. And then the next meeting that he has with somebody is like, oh, well, maybe they're not going to try to fucking kill me this time. But then they do. And it makes me so, like... angry, but it's like it's so...
Why there can never be such a thing as a good king.
Yeah, like it's a really good
king.
It's upsetting because it shines a light on the human condition, and that, cowardice, it runs so rampant in people, and like there are just scenes where like once the fighting starts and he like starts killing the English dudes and they're like, huh, and they're just like frozen in fear. And I'm like, why aren't they doing anything? They're in full armor. They have swords, and these guys are like throwing rocks at them. But like they're just cowards, so they just freeze. And like that's probably the more realistic thing. It's not like they'd all charge in and be like, "Hey, I have armor and a sword, but it's like, no, the king's army really are just conscripts. They're a bunch of peasants who don't have anything else to do, and they're not good farmers or anything, so, like, they're just gonna be fucking foot soldiers, and, like, they don't really have bravery. They're not real knights or anything. It just makes me sad. It makes me sad, but it's a realistic thing that I guess I have to get over. As much as I want to say, like, in that position, I would stand up, I would be brave, and I would fight back and not let a bunch of violence happen. But, like, the truth is, I probably will freeze up in that situation. I just have to recognize it in the moment and get over it. But, like, I don't know. How do you do that? How do you become a brave man?
Well, think about how at least the U.S. military, think about how they do it. They break you. They literally break you, and they build you up to be that kind of person.
Yeah.
Which is not, like, you're just recruiting peasants. You're giving these people that have only used scythes or pitchforks their whole lives, you're giving them a sword and armor, and then you put them into a live battle situation. I mean, most regular people, even me, you or me, I think, would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I think of live shooter situations a lot, and like, I mean, I'm not armed. I'm not, I'm one of the few Americans that are not armed all the time.
Well, don't so tell the entire public that. Everybody, if you're listening, Skylar's strapped all the time. Don't ever come to him. Don't step to him unless you want to. Don't come for the king unless you can take him down. I forget what that's from.
Ground.
Yeah, that's a saying.
You're right.
I think.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
I'm always armed. You kind of, I was trying to make people think I wasn't
safe.
Because I want to go on a psychopathic rampage where somebody comes at me and then I just keep taking a bunch of people out because
because you
once you take one out, you see red and that's it. That's the end.
You get a little drop of blood in your mouth and you're like, oh, I get it.
Blood rage.
I now understand Vlad the Impaler to a degree that I never thought possible. And then you just rampage, berserker mode. Yeah, I get it. I haven't been there yet, but I like to think that every young man's life comes to a point where they go berserker mode and have to dual hand axe through like a Walmart crowd of people.
Yeah, specifically Walmart. That's always the situation. It's like I'm just shopping in Walmart and then I hear a bunch of gunshots and then all of a sudden my instincts kick in and I take that fucking knife I keep strapped in my boot at all times out and I fucking go nuts. And I fucking stalk
You're just
the dude through the clothing section. I'm like hiding in the clothes and like,
damn,
it becomes like a whole stealth thing. He looks at me and I see his cone of vision. He turns around and I jump on him and I fucking stab him 20 times in the chest until he stops breathing.
Yeah, and then they come up and they're like, "Oh, you're a hero. You totally saved us." But you're in kill mode, so you stab that person.
So I
through the
kill
throat.
them too. Yeah.
And then
I stab the dude in the fucking jaw, rip it out, and fucking just go,
damn,
until they take me down.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat style, grab the dude's skull and rip out his spinal cord. Still attached to his
shove
head.
your thumbs into his eye sockets and then fucking rip his cranium apart because people can do that.
Because you can just do that. That's a normal thing that happens. Or there's however many 100 pounds of pressure that your jaw has, and you just bite through somebody's arm or something.
Okay, well, that for sure. You could definitely kill somebody with that.
You just bite their neck super hard.
I'm saying you shove your thumbs into their eye sockets, rip their brain out, and that split second their brain is just hanging free for all. You punch it, and it, jibs into a million pieces.
And then you roundhouse kick their body.
Me. Right, yeah. And your leg goes through their chest because it's like that Kung Pao scene, and their chest is just like jelly.
Or just went completely through. I didn't even think that's scientifically possible.
It's not.
Man.
But that's how I see myself in my,
Yeah.
like, you know, my daydreams when
Yeah.
stuff like that happens. Like I said earlier, you know, I had a customer and I, you know, for a split second, I imagined, like, bashing his fucking jaw into the counter until, like, his teeth all shattered.
Yeah.
And then it was gone. It was gone after that, you know.
Mm-hmm. These are the kind of thoughts
I learned in therapy not to act on those emotions.
Yeah. There you go. That's good. That's good. I was gonna say, because you wouldn't want to admit these kind of thoughts to any kind of medical professional, because then, you know, you won't be able to sell your plasma, and then it's like, okay, well, what are you gonna do now? You're gonna try to start a podcast with your friend and do videos that are incredibly hard to do, and you're stupid idiot, you don't know how to do video editing? I mean, come on.
That's what you
other
should have
option do
done,
you have?
Elliot. Like,
Yeah.
after they said you couldn't donate plasma, you're like, well, all right, I can't donate plasma. I'm going to go shoot up this Walmart down the road.
Yeah. I just take I find a sword. I don't own a sword, but I want to. I want to own a sword.
You would need the Master Sword if you were going to shoot
Oh
up
my
Walmart.
God,
because
dude,
if you're at
if you
full
go on a-
hearts, you can,
yeah.
like, do the slash that sends a beam out. That's what
Yeah.
you'd want if you were going to, like, do a mass shooting with a sword.
With a sword, mass shooting with a sword. Yeah. That's how you do it, man. All these mass shooters are like fucking cowards, dude. Use melee weapons if you're gonna kill a bunch of people. Like, be a man about it. Be a fucking...
Yeah. I've always said they were cowards because they focus on schools and not government buildings. Is this going to be the episode we finally get the COVID thing on?
We finally
I hope
get
so.
it. I hope so too, dude, because we spent a good 10 minutes just vividly describing a horrific, violent situation.
A very violent event in America.
Yeah. It happens like regular
Weekly,
intervals.
daily,
Yeah.
I don't know. It
it's
depends. Depends on what the mass media is talking about.
Yeah, it's really sad.
What we need to focus on.
Yeah. I think everybody's kind of moved on from the whole Titanic submersible thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a sad.
Yeah,
that was
like
sad.
for a day it was about the uprising or whatever that in Russia, you know, it was the paramilitary group was.
Oh yeah, there was like an attempted coup or something.
Yeah.
I kind of glazed over it. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and then like by the time I was like, "Oh, is that what happened?" It was like out of the news cycle, and everybody was talking about.
Yeah, it was just
Fucking
more
something
bullshit
stupid.
political theater.
Yeah,
It wasn't cool stuff. It wasn't like what I was hoping for was like a Senator Armstrong situation or a Sundowner where the dude was like,
yes.
we're a private military company. All we want to do is make war. We want to keep the military industrial complex going. So we're just going to kill this diplomat for no reason. But no, it was like fucking a PMC goes into Russia and they have like Russian fucking like the population of Russia likes them because they're a Russian PMC, and they're like, we're gonna overthrow Russia, and they get to the gates of Moscow, and they're like, well, we don't want to draw any Russian blood.
What?
So then the president of Russia is like, okay, well, I'm gonna exile the leader to Belarus and also give him a ton of money while also absorbing this PMC into my army.
What? Is that what happened? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this is what happened. Yeah.
How fucking boring, dude. I thought it would be something cool.
Yeah, it was dull. Like
That's
I was hoping for like a fucking like
Yeah,
Metal
smiling
Gear
Sam
Solid
guy to
situation.
show
Some
up.
PMC dude fucking shows up and overthrows a country.
Yeah. Where are the cyborg ninjas fighting the war in Ukraine, man? Then I would probably care. Then I would care about it. I would be okay with us sending billions of dollars there if we were funding, like, crazy cybernetic research.
I am. I mean, have you looked at Lockheed Martin's fucking stocks since the past 2 years?
No.
It's insane. Like, if you go to your, like, I know you have an iPhone, so if you go to your stock app, you type in Lockheed Martin and then put 2 years on, you'll see what I mean. It's fucking nuts. It's insane. It should be. It was like pre-installed on mine.
Oh, what is it called? Is it just
Stocks?
Oh, I don't. Maybe I uninstalled it because I was like, I'm not a rich man. I don't give a fuck about finances. I'm just gonna make podcasts and do art for free because, I'm retarded, actually, and I don't know how to monetize things. Huh. Stock app, though. Okay, I'll get into that. That's low on the list of things that, like, I want to learn to do, is to be a stocks guy.
I understand.
Yeah. Like, American Psycho
sending to
style.
you in Discord, though.
Oh,
so
tight.
you can
Okay.
see the 5-year.
Oh my god.
Yeah, look at that.
Holy shit. I see that
And
there
look
was
at where
a
it
huge
first
drop.
starts to finally jump up.
Oh.
It's like end of COVID, Ukraine war starts up.
Right
Boom.
as right as COVID into 2019 into 2020, and then yep. God damn, dude.
Hell
What is-
yeah! I wish I'd invested.
What is with the military-industrial complex, man? How do I get in on this money? Shit. I feel like a fool.
You buy in when 2019 hit, and it was like $200 a share. Now you'd be
Damn.
rich.
God.
It's stupid.
Yeah. I wish I'd spent time.
War
to learn
sells
about
though,
Bitcoin,
so I guess
too.
that's something to always keep in mind.
Yeah. Which is sad. I don't want to make profit. I don't want to make money off of war, but, like, that's the biggest driver of the economy, apparently. Peace, love, and unity and respect just doesn't make money. It doesn't make money. You can't market it. Even though that is a market piece, the plur, P-L-U-R, peace, love, unity, respect, that was like a raver thing, I think. There was a minute in high school where I was like, oh yeah, I wanna go to raves. I'm gonna be a raver guy because, EDM is fun, and then I never did, and then I was like, I'm too scared to do ecstasy, so I'm not gonna get into that, and that's really probably the biggest part of the scene, is just doing ecstasy in public with a bunch of people. Like, nobody actually likes EDM,
Right, yeah. No, nobody does. Not since, like, the early 2000s, at least. Like, realistically liking it, and not just ironically liking it.
Yeah. Like, Skrillex came on the scene, and then it was like, everybody realized, like, oh, this music sucks.
Okay, that was dubstep. That was 2012. That was a different thing. That was, like, a evolution of the EDM.
Oh,
And then we had dubstep for a good 2 years, and then after that, it was, nothing, really. I'm pretty sure, like, Skrillex even is, like, he has just, like, a regular, normal haircut now, and he just does electronic music. He doesn't do any of the crazy, scary monsters, nice sprites, that kind of stuff. Bangarang.
Yeah. None of the
stuff that...
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's over.
Weak. It's fucking lame. I'd rather,
What a
whatever.
pussy.
Yeah, what a fucking loser. Fight us, Skrillex. Fight me.
Or be a co-host on the show.
Yeah, come on the show, defend yourself against these
Be
radical
guest.
statements
Yeah.
that we're saying. Or fight me, either way. Now I'm like built up. We talked about all that violence and stuff. My adrenaline's pumping now, dude. I'm gonna run outside and like punch the first person I see on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Straight up
it's,
GTA shit.
yeah. Hopefully it's like an elderly person and I can break their jaw and then they fall down and break a hip and then they're dead and I'm a murderer now. That'd be pretty tight, right?
I want to get like a Roman candle and light it and then shove it down someone's throat while it's lit.
Oh man.
And have their like gases inside their body make it explode.
Oh god. That's fucking brutal.
It's not how it works. It wouldn't work that way. But,
No.
that's like a Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
fatality.
That is what I was imagining as you described the ripping somebody's brain out through with your thumbs.
Oh, yeah. Like, yeah, sticking your thumbs in, ripping their cranium apart, and then as the brain free floats in the air for that second, you punch it and it, chunks.
Yeah, yeah.
I want that to be I want people to see that in their head. That's why I've repeated it.
That's sick. That's radical, dude. That's fucking awesome. I hope somebody, like, animates our podcast, and they at least animate that part of it, where we're just describing graphic violence.
Very, very graphic violence, yeah.
If you're an animator out there, feel free, please, clip this episode, animate that part of it, and be like, this is what the show is about.
Put it on Newgrounds.com.
Yeah, is Newgrounds still around?
I think so, yeah.
Probably. I haven't been on it.
It's definitely not as cool as it used to be, but, you know, it's still there.
Yeah, damn. It's too bad. I thought it was kind of cool. I didn't spend a lot of time on Newgrounds. When I did, it was like I was playing a couple of the games, but, you know, not a whole lot. I think I explained already that I didn't spend a lot of time on computers as a child, so.
Whereas I did.
Yeah.
I spent probably too much.
Probably.
Looking back.
Probably.
Because I remember Newgrounds being a very big part of my childhood. I played it all. I played, you know, everything. All the classics. Pico School.
Ooh, yeah.
That's the big one. Mm-hmm. That's the one that was like a school shooter simulator.
Yeah.
Except the police were the bad guys in it, which is kind of funny.
That is I remember there was this game, and it might have been on Newgrounds, but I only heard about it in, like, it was like 2nd or 3rd grade, but it was just called, like, Kindergarten Killer, and it was like you played as a janitor, and you just, like, killed a bunch of, like, kindergarten kids with guns. And then, like, one of the boss fights, it was, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger's head on a big body, and he was, like, roller skating.
Oh, okay, yeah, like Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, it was like that, but, you know, the opposite, and it was...
Yeah. Instead of protecting the youth, you killed them violently. Yeah. I mean, that was all Newgrounds was about back then. I
forget the series of games that were, like, the like, they weren't Stickman, dude. They were just like blank heads, but they had like the plus on their face. You know what I mean?
Madness.
I bet that was it. Yeah.
It was Madness. Yeah. And it was always like super, you know, there was like the Matrix ones.
Yeah, the Matrix one was.
There was like a whole series of it.
Yeah, with bullet time and shit. And stuff was fun. And you could just spawn a bunch of, like, knives to throw in people's face and stuff. Yeah.
I remember playing a game where you would beat the Powerpuff Girls into submission with your fists. And, like, it was really brutal and dark. It was awful. Like, you would, like, literally brutalize
Jesus Christ.
these kindergarten girls. It was terrible. Oh. I'm surprised I'm not so, super fucked up from all that shit.
Yeah. I mean,
but I think from a young age, I always knew that you can separate, you know, media from real life.
Yeah, that was something that I think was.
I understood it was parody.
Yeah, exactly.
If it was like a really fucked up, dark parody where you fucking would punch a little kindergarten girl with your fists until her face was black and blue and her eye popped out.
And they did nothing wrong. They were heroes, man. They were saving the day.
They were.
They were just fighting, you know, him.
There was another one I remember where you played the game as George Bush, but you had to snort a bunch of coke off of like Al Qaeda. Like that was big. That was big when I was like really getting into the Newgrounds thing, internet.
Damn. Yeah, that was about that. That was that time though. It was Bush. It was W's presidency because it was that was 9/11.
2004. Yeah.
Yeah, right after 9/11. Yeah. Man. Good times. Good times.
Yeah, good times. Yeah, totally. I'm glad it didn't fuck me up like it did a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a lesson that was instilled in me by my parents at a young age. It was like there's make believe and there's real life, and like most of the time, video games they're fake, they're make believe. You know, movies they're fake. Like they look real, but it's not. You know, it's not real. And then there is real life, and like you can, I don't know, it just made sense to me that there was different, like, I guess, because I played with toys and stuff as a young boy. I made up, like, stories with G.I. Joes and stuff like that, and, like, I used my imagination. I knew what make-believe was, and then I knew what real life was, and I was like, obviously, the G.I. Joes and the stories that I make up with them, that isn't real. But, I don't know, I guess some people don't have that ability to be like, what's real and what's not real, you know?
So it was like you never had the Duke fucking shove his thumbs into Snake Eyes' mask.
No, I always made Snake Eyes like he was like the Deus Ex Machina of the stories, you know? Like you would have I would have all the Cobra dudes and the G.I. Joes, and they would like do their fights, and there would be things that happened and story elements and stuff. Like I made up, whole fucking story arcs with these people, and then like once things got desperate and down to the last thing, like all the G.I. Joes were like beaten up, and they're like, oh man, what are we gonna do? And then Snake Eyes jumps in and he starts beating the shit out of the people who beat up the other guys. But then like Storm Shadow came in, and he was the Snake Eyes equivalent in the Cobras, and then they would do awesome slow-mo fights that were literally all in my head as I just moved the figures around in slow-mo, and I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I got Snake Eyes mixed up with Cobra Commander.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah.
So it was, it would be the main character. There'd be whatever.
Yeah, Duke was on the G.I. Joe side. Cobra Commander was the bad guy.
And then he would shove his fucking thumbs into Cobra Commander's eyes, and he would fucking push him until his eye sockets popped out.
Yeah, and Cobra Commander
Or he would rip out his spine and drink the blood from it.
Yeah. Well, but Duke didn't do that. He was a good guy. I also didn't really like Duke.
Sometimes good guys do bad things.
Yeah, you're right.
And you think Duke didn't fucking massacre a whole village in Vietnam? You think he didn't? Wasn't just following orders?
He for sure did. That's why I didn't. He was too much of the standard. He was boring to me. I always wanted the dudes who like had full on masks and like cool outfits and stuff. Those guys were
they
cool.
could hide their face. They could hide their selves.
They can hide their war crimes. Yeah. If you're not, you can't see into the eyes of the enemy, then, are they really human? I don't know. I didn't think about it that deeply. I thought that they had cool outfits, and Duke was just like the regular army guy. He was like the G.I. Joe, you know what I mean? The stand-in. He would be like the Robute Gilliman of G.I. Joe. It's a Warhammer
He'd be the one
reference.
to come on those like PSAs that's like, getting touched is no good.
Yeah, he was the one that like he would show up in the bathroom when the kids were smoking, and they're like, hey, smoking's really bad for you kids. And they're like, no, we know. And it's like, there's no question about why this grown-ass man was in a little boy's bathroom in a school in a full like
Get
army
the fuck
outfit.
out of here. Busted no cap for real. On God.
I like G.I. Joe, all right? That's a big part of my childhood memories were me making up G.I. Joe stories. So
it's crazy you did get psyoped into being a soldier.
Dude,
because that's
right?
what that whole thing was about, right?
Pretty much it was like, hey, look how cool it is. These guys are in the military, but they're in like a special unit of the military that they have dope outfits, and they have cool code names, and like Beachhead and Flint, and
they all voted for
Roadblock.
Trump.
And yeah, probably, yeah. That was before Trump like existed. No, he existed.
It wasn't. He was there, but he just wasn't in politics. He was doing the art of the deal.
Yeah. It was before. I think it was like right before, The Apprentice. Was that the show that he was on?
They would have been voting for Hillary.
Yeah, they probably would have been voting for Hillary. I know for sure Cobra voted for Hillary because they vote for chaos, dude. They're the bad guys with the snake iconography. So
she spit out that egg that one time, and that made me think she was like a snake person.
Oh, reptile person? Yeah, for sure, dude.
Yeah.
Why do you think I bring up reptile shit all the time? Because I think it's fun? No. I'm trying to tell you guys the truth about the people in positions of power, they're reptile people, they're lizard people. And I just, I can't say it outright like that, though. I'll have to bleep that so that we don't get banned or something on the episode that we talk about mass shootings and stuff.
Yeah. This is the one that's gonna plummet us to the top.
Yeah, plummet us to the top.
Plummet.
We're gonna plummet right to the top, baby. Here we come. Right. Number 1 podcast in America. And you're listening to it. Don't you feel good for having listened to this whole thing, dear listener? Whew. But
I feel good for having listened to it.
I think so. I think it was enlightening. I think we had some really good points to make about Babe and the Pig in the City and Kangaroo Jack. And what else? The other things we talked about?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. James Cromwell was his name, by the way. Who is that?
the
farmer from Babe.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look him up because I see his face so clearly every night in my dreams, and he's screaming to me, "Elliot, you have to wake up."
A lot of stuff, man.
Was he in James and the Giant Peach?
I'm not from this. He was in the Green Mile.
Green Mile.
He was in The Longest Yard.
Ooh.
iRobot.
What? He was in iRobot?
Yeah, he was in Big Hero 6 too, apparently.
What? Okay.
Secretariat.
Oh, nice.
I can't think of anything. I don't know. Yeah. I can't say I've seen him in any of these or remember him.
I'll have to look him up because I've definitely seen him in a bunch of stuff, but James Cromwell appreciation episode as well. Angels in America, 6 Feet Under. The Artist, 2011. I don't know if I saw that. Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek, First Contact. What?
Mile, Secretariat, The Artist.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
with Tim Heidecker, is it? No, that was the comedian.
Yeah, that's The Artist was the like black and white silent film that that remake, or it wasn't a remake, but it was like, hey, remember when we made silent films? We can still do that in 2011. I don't think I watched it in 2011 though.
I don't think I watched it ever.
Really? I know I saw it once, but it was obviously I don't remember. It was a silent film and there was like dancing and I don't know, kind of gay, whatever. Anyway, it's about that time. Do you have any final remarks?
It is. Any longer, the editing is going to become near impossible.
That's right. And you know that I have
from me to you, from you to me, across the world.
Yeah.
Signing out.
Mm-hmm. Later, everyone.
You're all tone deaf. A banshee can at least carry a tune. The sound of breaking glass has more rhythm. I've heard pigs squeal better than you.
Come on, baby, kiss me. Kiss me. Kiss me, Mario.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.